If you hood educated, I'm glad you made it. Allow me to unfold my knowledge, wisdom, and understanding from a hood brother's point of view to all of you, here, there, and everywhere. Now check me out.
Can't keep that shit on there. Oh, still got to burn the road, fool.
Hey, babe.
Alright, this shit crazy, man. Damn, folk. Call you back.
Following breaking news in Millington tonight, where police are working a motorcycle crash. The accident happened on Newport and Saratoga Road just after 6 tonight. Police blocked off the street and our news crew spotted a motorcycle down on the roadway. We've reached out to police for more information and we'll let you know when we learn more.
According to the reports that I'm getting, they are saying that witnesses observed white folks on that motorcycle going fast as hell. And somehow he lost control of the motorcycle. And when he lost control of the motorcycle, he crashed into 2 parked cars. And the impact of that crash cost him his life. They are saying that he did have his helmet on, but I only can assume that, the impact was just so vicious to the point where, hey, the body just couldn't deal with it, And not only that, a lot of people are saying that, because white folks like to drink. White folks like to smoke that good old Mountain Lion Kush. And so a lot of people are saying that, white folks was drunk. And the reason why they are saying white folks was drunk on that motorcycle, because there has been numerous times where white folks would get drunk and he would get on his motorcycle. Check it out.
That drink there to him.
Hey man, what y'all put that shit on?
Who said you threw what?
All the videos and all that nice ass shit.
So why you nice as hell right now for?
Who nice?
You.
Man, get the fuck out of here with that pink ass shit you got on. You ready with?
I'm ready, man. You had to switch shoes, them in riding shoes.
Yeah, these is riding boy. I've been had these for quite a few years.
You keeping them right though.
Yeah, well,
and they match your pants. Them the riding jump for sure. Why you got no socks on them, white folks?
Oh, they socks on. Hey, man, you man your goddamn business, Willie Earl.
Willie Earl. Willie motherfucking Earl.
Hey, man, big shout out to Carlos, bro. You hear me? I don't give a fuck who like it, but bitch, you better respect it. You heard?
I don't care.
Wicked film, bitch. I'm a dab out, dude. I'll broad day like your bitch ass. That dude.
Fuck you talking about?
And I stamp it. I ain't playing no game with you. And I'm gonna ride you, bitch. Yeah.
You get up here. You be careful, bro.
Be careful. Hey, I'll see you later.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I'll see you later.
For sure that.
On my neck. Hey, man, big shout out to Carlos, man. AKA locked in the record label, ho. Smoke Allen Wood doing all you people. World belongs to us. Live in Tennessee. And I'll get you one for the low.
Hey, white folks. Hey, white folks.
What?
I'm doing all that motherfucking crime, bro.
I ain't crying. Your weak ass. Hey, I know you some bitch. Hey, forget it. Bro.
Be careful, bro. I know you do, but. Not no round. You might have been ran them motherfuckers slow as hell, we.
Hey, man. Hey, them rolling 20 behind this shit. I ain't worried about a bitch ass thing. Yeah, sir.
I ain't gonna lie, fool.
You see what I'm saying? You can even hear the concern in the brother that's recording him. He's telling white folks like, hey, you know, folks, be careful, you know, be careful. And white folks like, man, I get it, you know what I'm saying? But his homeboy, you know, he felt something, you know, and he was telling him, hey, man, you know what I'm saying, be careful. Now, even though in that incident right there, you can see that, you know, he been drinking and stuff like that, you can see that. But according to the reports that I'm getting, in this incident where he lost his life, white folks wasn't drunk. Now, being that he wasn't drunk, I don't know if that means that he wasn't drinking, because, you know, drinking and being drunk is two different things. You know, when you drunk, you just, you know, you out of it, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, you can hit a few, you can have a shot, you know what I'm saying, or drink a beer or something like that. You can still be cool, you see? But from the reports that I'm getting, they saying that he wasn't drunk, right? That when he lost his life and lost control of the motorcycle, he wasn't drunk. There's a lady that came out and said that he left her house and she know he wasn't drunk. You see what I'm saying? Because she was there chilling with him and he hadn't been drinking, or he wasn't drunk. You see? But somehow he lost control and he lost his life. Let me say this to the hood educated residents and guests. I understand that we can't make a grown man or a grown woman do what we want them to do. However, if we gotta, you know, intervene and save a life, then that's what we gotta do, y'all. And what I mean by that is this right here. And I'm not blaming nobody for white folks' death, right? I'm not blaming nobody for that. However, what I am saying is this: we need to be proactive when it comes to our loved ones. If you see your loved one about to get inside of a car, a motorcycle, or drive an airplane or anything, and they under the influence of alcohol or some type of drug or something like that, then, you know, maybe you need to intervene. Yeah, of course, yeah, your family member gonna be mad at you and stuff like that. All right, cool, but they gonna be alive. You know, they gonna be alive. You know, there has been numerous incidents in my life, you know, where I done seen guys, I'm talking about drunk as a skunk. Drunk as a skunk. And they want to get in their car and go home. And, you know, some of the brothers will be like, nah, bro, we ain't letting you drive, man. We gonna take your keys, you know what I'm saying? Or we gonna take you home ourselves. Drop, you know, bring you to the door, let your wife know, your woman know, you know, or whatever the case may be. Your mama know, hey, look, he drunk. Here his car outside. Here go the keys to the car. We drove him to the crib. You see, those are the type of things I believe that we need to start doing when we see and we understand that our loved ones, our friends are under the influence. We can't allow them just to, you know, just because they get mad and stuff like that, because here it is, we trying to save somebody's life. Now, again, I'm not trying to blame nobody. I'm not trying to say that, you know, that's the reason why white folks is dead, because his friends didn't intervene. I'm not saying that, so don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that we can learn from this demonstration. And being that we are learning, you know, we could intervene. You know, even though they said that he wasn't drunk, but there was times where white folks was drunk and people allowed him to get on that motorcycle and drive away. No, y'all, we can't, we got to be more proactive than that, because we can save our friends' lives in doing that, our loved ones' lives, or a stranger, you know, because people, I'm talking about drunk driving, kill people every day. Every day. And if you around somebody and you see they drunk and they finna get in the car, man, look, man, give me them keys, bro. Nah, you ain't finna kill yourself. You ain't finna kill nobody else. Get mad, cuss me out, push me down, do whatever you gonna do. But when you get up the next morning, you're gonna be alive and you ain't gonna be in jail because you done committed a vehicular homicide or something like that. You see? So we gotta start demonstrating those type of measures. I'm talking about whether it's your friend, your homeboy, whatever. It don't matter how old or young. Don't allow your peoples to get inside of vehicles or do things that they shouldn't be doing while they're under the influence. White folks was a good brother. I'm talking about white folks come up in the hood around nothing but black folks. Nothing but black folks. To the point where he was so liked that white folks was one of those type of brothers that can go into any gang neighborhood down there in Memphis. I'm talking about, he was a part of growth and development, but he can go into Vice Lord neighborhood, the Bloods neighborhood, the Crips neighborhood, and wouldn't nobody touch white folks. Everybody loved him. Everybody liked him. Because, he'll come, he'll talk real slick, you know what I mean? And people like when they hear him talking slick. He was a comedian. He'd say something funny, make everybody laugh and stuff like that. He was just like, no disrespect in it, but he was like a Memphis mascot. You know what I'm saying? If you seen white folks, okay, that's white folks from Memphis. You see what I'm saying? If you seen him anywhere in the United States of America, you knew that's white folks from Memphis. I seen him in Minnesota one time. I'm talking about blew my mind. I'm downtown Minneapolis. I'm riding, I look to my left, I see white folks coming out of a hotel. I spin the block because I'm finna go chop it up with them and let them know, hey man, I watch your content, man, this, that, and the other. But once I came back around the block, he was already gone. You know what I mean? But I seen him in Minnesota. I'm like, man, what white folks doing up here? I'm finna go show him some love, you know what I mean? Let them know, man, that, I'm a supporter, I watch his stuff. But he was already gone. Now, what he did with his influence was a cold-blooded demonstration because he monetized himself. Yeah. With all the influence, with all those 100,000 subscribers that he had on YouTube and Instagram, you know what I'm saying? He monetized it. And what he would do is, for businesses throughout the United States of America or, definitely in Memphis, he was one of those guys he would advertise for these businesses. For all these small businesses down there. He'll get on the thing and talk about what they got going on and stuff like that. And people will pay him money to do that because of his influence. And he enjoyed doing that. Not only that, I'm talking about when he got his plaque for getting 100,000 subscribers, white folks was crying. Check it out.
Man, come on, man. Y'all see this shit?
Guys,
Bitch, quit playing with me.
you talking about?
And I only know it's gonna get bigger than this.
Hello,
My mammoth.
I ain't big. I ain't so big.
Gabe.
You see what I'm saying? He appreciated people. He was amazed by the impact that he had on people. You see? And so, man, that touched him when they sent him his plaque. He was happy about that. He was proud about that, as he should. Another thing about white folks is this right here. White folks had 11 children, all by black women. One of his claim to fame, no disrespect to, to white women, no, but one of his claim to fame was that, man, he'll look at his woman and say, she the reason why I don't like white girls. You know what I'm saying? He'll look at the sister and be like, man, she the reason why I don't like white girls.
Look, they got to open the door.
White folks, shout out to my white folks. No, I ain't racist, nigga, I fuck with the white folks, shout out to my white folks. From on stage jumping me, cause I serve number white folks.
Half a ground bad asshole. Hey, get your money up. Pay your utility bill, bitch.
White folks, shout out to my white folks. Yeah, I serve number white folks, white chick. Man, I love that white girl. I ain't never hit the bitch, but she make niggas eyes curl. She keep them up all night and she make niggas toes curl. She real popular around the way, everybody knows her. She come up through, they knows her. shit all in they fucking brain. Then she get them real sprung.
And break them for their pocket change.
Then she bring it all to me. Probably she my property.
Hey, you the reason why I don't like white women, baby. Hey, boo. Got whatever you need, dog. I got fast and I got slow.
Put together and speed down. Yeah, I said it all down. Got whatever you need down.
I got fast and I got slow.
Put together and speed down. White folks, white folks. Shout out to the white folks. No, I ain't racist, man. I fuck with the white folks. White folks, white folks. Shout out to my white folks.
Damn, my nigga got Gucci on.
The man had 11 children by 4 different women. He had 8 with one woman that he was with for 27 years. And then he had 3, you know, by the other women and stuff like that. But he took care of all his children. All of them. You know what I mean? Even though he liked to kick and do what he was doing, he was always there for his children. Now, a lot of people are speculating that something was going on with white folks' health. And they saying that, you know, whatever was going on with his health was serious, you know, because some people said that white folks were suffering. You see, no one would go deep into details of what he was suffering from. But, you know, I seen things where people are saying, okay, no more suffering and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But he had a condition. He had something going on. And the last post that he posted on his Instagram is real cryptic because, you know, it was vague. You know, you don't know what's going on, but you understand something is going on. Check it out.
Tell the world, Craig.
What you say?
Tell the world, Craig.
Tell the world, Craig.
That's what the girl said on what's night. Tell the world, Craig.
Nobody said that.
I said that.
Y'all see where I'm at, don't you? Yup. She done fucked me off again.
Tell me you got a baby on Whyte.
She got her gloves on.
I'm finna give you a pap smear.
Man, this shit so crazy.
It gotta come out. He's gonna give you a cesarean. Hello.
Look.
Who's still in the back?
Damn.
Yeah, we waiting on one little word, and I'll be glad when they come with the one little word.
I'm fucked up. She did it to me again.
I don't know what the word is, Mom.
You see what I'm saying? His woman is there with him. Those things that you see on his chest and all that, that's letting me know that they monitoring his heart. They trying to see how his heart is pumping blood throughout his system and stuff like that. And he kept saying that, I'm fucked up. Excuse my language. But he kept saying that, like, I'm fucked up. And, you know, in his comedic way, he put it on this woman. Man, she done got me again, man. You know what I'm saying? And you see, like, she laughing and stuff like that. And she like, you know, we're going to get you together, whatever. But he trying to put it on this woman and things like that. But that's just how white folks was, man. He was a comedian at heart, man. If you go watch his content, you going to laugh. And something was going on with him, though. You know, and I don't know if that was the reason why he lost control of the of his motorcycle and crashed. I don't know that part right there. But whatever he was going through, there's reports saying that he was trying to make a turn for the better. You know, he had slowed down on his drinking, slowed down on his smoking. You know, not saying that he just completely stopped, but he had slowed down in doing those type of things. And it's crazy just the way how life is. You know, here it is. This man right here is trying to make that change to better his life, to be a better man, to be a better person, you know, to be a better businessman, a better comedian, a better influencer. And then something like this happens. Man, love your loved ones, man. Love your peoples, you know. Because, like, the city of Memphis is torn up behind this. I'm talking about, man, the city of Memphis is hurt behind this right here because this man right here was so loved by everybody. And the cold-blooded part about his death is that when he was a child, his father died when somebody crashed and hit him on his motorcycle. Cold-blooded demonstration. His father, a drunk driver, while his father was on his motorcycle, a drunk driver hit his father and killed his father at a young age. When I'm talking about when white folks, at a young age, when white folks was young. Ain't that crazy right there? That's just weird. That just, it's crazy. Now, before I depart, allow me to say this right here. For those of you who know white folks, for those of y'all down there in Memphis, man, I know y'all toned up behind this right here, man. Support that brother, support his kids, you know, support his child's mother, you know, and I extend my condolences to his family and to his children. You know, rest in peace to white folks, man. He was a good guy. Can't nobody say not one bad thing about white folks. Nobody. I have never heard nobody say nothing bad about white folks. Nobody. Everybody loved white folks. And he was one of those guys, even though he was white, he considered himself black. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about to the point where when white folks say the N-word, you know what I'm saying, didn't nobody even study it. It wasn't even a question. You know what I'm saying? Because he grew up like that. You know, some people might take issue with it that are not from Memphis, that did not come up with white folks. But you know, hey, he was one of them. He grew up with us. He was one of us. You know what I mean? And so he spoke freely, and nobody never questioned him about that. You know, man, it's messed up. It's very unfortunate. You know, rest in peace to white folks. For those of you who pray for understanding, strength, and courage to his family. Man, that's messed up. Rest in peace, white folks. This is Hood Educated, Not Lame Related. If I said anything that caused you to think, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. And if you're feeling generous, please make a small donation to the channel. Peace and love.